Hey Primatech peeps, welcome back to this special minisode of the Primatech Files, brought to you in association with TVBinges.com. This is a special Bridging of the Gap episode for the Heroes Binge, which is going on right now. We're talking about episode 5, 4 months later, and what you need to know for episode 6, 1961. I'm one of your hosts, Ricky, and with me is staff writer at TV Binges, Carly. Welcome, Carly.
Thank you very much. It's like I said before, it's good to vocally meet you. We've had Twitter relations about Heroes before, but yeah, this is the first time actually talking to you.
Okay, so let's just get straight into this. Do you like the whole superpowered person kind of genre that's going on right now?
I really do. And I like how you kind of worded it as powered genre because although the show is called Heroes, it does kind of separate itself in its own way from the superhero genre just by, more being about like these characters and how they go through it. I really like it when it's done well. And I feel like it's easy for the powered genre to kind of, become this blob of everything is the same and everything's just the same origin story of I have powers. What do I do? Okay, here, like I'll save people. But I think we're getting more creative with it, and Heroes was definitely kind of at the beginning of it, and it was a different take.
It was the whole just ordinary people with extraordinary powers for the whole first kind of season. So yeah.
Right.
So obviously you've seen Heroes before, so I'm going to ask, which is your favorite volume?
Oh yeah, it is volumes. One for me was my favorite. I thought that was the best constructed. It was so much fun to watch. And like I said, it was just something kind of new. And it was, people from all facets of life and all around the world kind of making these discoveries about themselves and about, this whole network of people like them, which I really liked. And it was just a really well done season.
Okay, that's fair enough. We'll get on to 4 months later. What did you think of 4 months later?
4 months later was a little bit disappointing for me, just because I had been really into the first season. I was super excited about it. And I only just started watching it this year because I was a little slow on the uptake.
Okay.
So it's still really fresh, but I remember the first season, I was like, this is so great. And then 4 months later felt kind of like a weird reboot almost.
Yeah.
To be fair, like the writer's strike was boiling under their feet. It would have been cool to see the show done now, without the writer drama. But yeah, so it felt a little bit like a reboot to me. But I really liked the introduction of the, oh my gosh, I don't remember if they have a name, but the kind of society of people who started.
The founders, yeah.
The founders, yeah. Like there's kind of a hit put on them, and I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. But yeah, I mean, like other than that, it felt a little bit like a reboot to me.
Yeah, it's strange because the first season was originally meant to be an anthology, and they were going to change the characters like every year. And basically the network came down and went, look, we've got a big hit on our hands. You can't get rid of anyone. And that continued because they never really did get rid of any of the original cast members. So yeah.
And that's the other reason I didn't like it. Maybe I'm just like a monster who's caught too much of the George R.R. Martin bug, from Game of Thrones. But like in the first season when, who was it? I think Peter and Siler bit it. They were done. After I was like, oh, that's sad, but they did it. They jumped and they went there. And then in this episode it was just kidding, they're all fine. Except for DL, which was so bad on for so many reasons. I liked him a lot.
Okay, I guess we'll just go straight on to what everyone needs to know about the next episode. I'm just going to do a really brief recap so that everyone knows what's going on in 1961. So between season 2 and season 3, basically, Nathan turns his back on his quote-unquote kind and is working with the government in order to kind of capture them. That whole thing has its kind of ups and its downs, but when he's revealed to be a special himself, he has to go on the run. And his mother remembers an incident from her past, and she decides to take her family to revisit that place in order to tell her family not to repeat the same mistakes of the past. So yes.
Yeah, that and Peter's back.
Yes, Peter is only able to collect one power at a time.
Great.
Hope you guys all enjoyed this recap. You can find me at Primatech Files. Everything you need to know about me and the podcast is there. Carly, you got any plugs?
Yeah, you can find my writing. My full name is Harlan Hill, and I'm a writer for HelloGiggles.com. So I have a few articles there. I'm also a writer at TV Binges, and you can also find my stuff at theyoungfolks.com and screenmag.com.
Watch the Heroes Binge, save the world.